What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Been crazy busy with a new job I started and just with life in general. Lots of crazy stuff going on. So ever since I moved here to Tulsa a year ago, I just love it here. The weather's great. It gets a little extra hot in the summer, but now my new job, I work in downtown Tulsa. And let me tell you, downtown Tulsa sucks. Overpass right before my exit, and it's like when I hit that overpass, it's like I'm crossing into a whole new world. If there's anything crazy that can happen at work, it'll happen down there. So let's just share a couple of the crazy stories that have happened. So I work at a home improvement store, and one of the things we sell there are like those little sheds, like the tough shed type thing. And there are a shitload of homeless people that hang around the store. And there's fucking shit, literal shit, everywhere inside. Some of the fucking homeless people decided it was a great idea to shit in the shed. One of the employees calls me and he says, "I need you." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "It's better if you just come down here." So I come down to the other end of the building, out in the parking lot, and there's some crazy methed out lady, like seriously methed out, like doing the whole fucking crooked arm, jaw jacking, walking crazy like a zombie looking shit, and just yelling at random people. Like nobody's talking to her, nobody said anything to her, nobody's done anything, and she's just yelling obscenities at them. And I come walking out there, and she's literally like right in front of me, and she just looks over at me and is like, "Don't you put your fucking hands on me, you fucking," and says the N-word, the racial N-word to me, the white dude. And then she just like goes rummaging through the trash can right there, and I'm just like in shock for a moment, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? She starts just running around crazy and takes off a lot. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with people? Don't do drugs, kids. They're bad. So just a couple days ago, we got a couple homeless people, like a dude and a chick, blocking people into the women's restroom and trying to charge them to come out. Like, they're telling people, "You can't come out until you give me some kind of money." What the fuck? Shit's fucking crazy. We got dudes that'll come in and either get spray paint or a can of air duster and just fucking huff it. Like, they're in the store. One of our bathroom stalls has spray paint all over the floor because some homeless dude thought it'd be a great idea to just go in the stall and huff paint. Like, that day I was trying to figure out, just thinking in my head, like, I know the majority of you have spray painted some shit before, right? Well, that smell of the spray paint, and like, I don't know if you ever got any in your mouth just from the mist being in the air. But that shit's nasty, and there's people that like purposely inhale that shit. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Homeless people come in the bathroom and like take a shower in there, basically. At least I've only been there 2 months, and the first month I was traveling around to different stores in the area in town and doing training, so I actually only been in the store for a month, and I've already seen 3 people doing that shit in the bathroom, like using the hand soap to just wash their entire head and their entire face. I don't know. Like I said, it's a whole different world down there. When I go out back to have a cigarette out in the back of the building, and there's like this tree line, I would say, I don't know, at least a few 100 feet long, at least. And if you just sit there and stare at the tree line, you'll see shit moving, because there's like a homeless camp inside this tree line. And a lot of the stuff we do at work will have pallets it comes in on, and we stack them out back for the companies to come pick them up. And it appears that the homeless people are starting to use these pallets to like build a house or build a home or a shelter or whatever you want to call it up in this tree line. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. And I know there's more shit that's happening. And again, this is only in my first month there. The theft issue, oh my god, I thought it was bad when I worked at Sears. People coming in and loading up shit. This place, man, these people, like, I swear it's every hour on the hour somebody's trying to steal some shit. And half time it's like they don't even care. This one day, this dude put a grass trimmer or a blower or something, I don't remember what it was, up on his shoulder. Looked around at everybody and just walked straight. There's no running, no trying to get away fast. Just walked right on out. Doesn't give a fuck. Holy shit. So enough of the crazy people in work. I'm gonna deal with it. On to the bike. So I started working on changing up the gearing. When I got it, it had a stock front sprocket and a 60-tooth rear sprocket. Thing's freaking massive. I decided with a mix of rear sprocket and front sprocket, I'm gonna try a couple different things. So stock on the rear is 46 tooth, and I put a 48 on there. And then I'm gonna try a stock on the front is 16. And I'm gonna try a 15 first, and if that doesn't do exactly what I want, then I'll switch to a 14. But I still want to, I mean, I'm doing wheelies. I'm trying to do wheelies. That's what I want to learn. That's what I'm working on. And I don't want to have to like go wide open throttle and pop the clutch to, but I also broke this shit already. At least I don't know if I broke it or if it's like this when I got it, but the shit's fucked up. So you probably can't tell, but the rear end's down lower, and if you look, I don't know how well you'll see it on this camera, but the shock is actually hitting the battery tray there. And the suspension on a lot of these sport bikes has that like dog bone thing there. I know you can adjust the length, get different length ones to lower the bike, shit like that. And then it bolts down here. Well, the piece that it bolts to is connected by 2 different bolts through the engine case to help it articulate. And I'm hoping you can see this on camera, but that front bolt, one of the 2, has completely ripped out from the engine case. So I either got to come up with something really smart to connect it a different way, or I'm gonna have to pull the engine and go find somebody to weld aluminum and remake a hole there and reinforce it. So my good old Harbor Freight here, got to pick up a couple hex sockets, and then I'll pick back up when I get out of here. So just left Harbor Freight. Turns out they don't have single hex sockets, and I'm not trying to buy a whole set of shitty sockets. I just thought I'd get away with replacing one that broke with a single cheap one, but I'll buy a nice brand. However, Harbor Freight is always good for some zip ties, electrical tape, random shit like that you need. And just browsing around, wasting some time, because they got some interesting shit in there. So I've also been thinking lately, I need a little side gig, and something that would be valuable to me personally would be powder coating. So I think I'm gonna invest in a powder coating setup, sandblasting setup, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. I think I got enough room in my garage I can make it happen. And I looked at their powder coating system here because, well, it's Harbor Freight. Just wanted to see how cheap it was, and it's still like 70 bucks. So I think I'll probably just spend like $250 on the Eastwood setup. I know they're a quality brand, they make good stuff, and I'm sure they got replacement parts for when I break it. And you know, Harbor Freight won't have replacement parts, so I'm going to try to get into powder coating. I'm going to get a nice setup for the actual painting, and a blast cabinet, all the different kinds of media. And I'm not sure, I'm trying to decide whether I want to do just a regular old shitty Craigslist oven or something to get started with, and then upgrade later if I start doing some larger items. That's probably what I'll do, because if I have to go larger than a standard oven, I'm gonna need a larger blast cabinet at the same time. So I'll just upgrade as I go. I know a lot of people, especially with motorcycles, like to get the wheels powder coated. There's been some guys around town trying to get into stunting and get some sub cages and engine cages and shit like that. So I know everybody likes to change the color of that type of shit. And powder coating, it's so much simpler. I thought about going the painting route before, but to get an actual really good finish, you know, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of skill and time spent on it that I'm not really gonna spend on it. And powder coating seems like it just gives a good finish. It's stronger than paint anyways. If it's stronger and easier to do, then I mean, that seems like the way to go. It doesn't really seem like need to think about that one. It's just common sense. You know, when I was showing you that broken part of the engine there, the bolt, whatever it's broken part of, you might have seen that I put a different muffler on too. Boy Thomas hooked me up with a M4 Shorty. Got rid of that big old long what was that shit, Jardine or some shit that was on there. It was like 2 foot long. And I just got this little shorty down here now. It's slightly louder, not much, but it looks a whole hell of a lot better than that big old giant thing on there. So anyways, that's what's next for me. And I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get that engine case fixed, because it's letting the ass end sag down even further than it already would. And I just don't feel safe doing too much fucking around on it. I'll do sit downs all day, but I'm not trying to do any stand-ups and have the chance of that last bolt popping and this whole ass end just dropping on the tire. That would not be good. I'd probably end up going over the bars, and I don't want to do that shit. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I'm gonna try to get some more videos going, either at lunchtime at work or what have you. If you're watching my channel, please also check out the other local guys here: Shameless Rides, Theo Freaking Door, My Life as Mick. Check all those guys out. They always got good content here around the Tulsa area. So on that note, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment if you wish, and I'm out. Peace.
You need to be down with a pimp like me. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar, you see. I'ma leave you with my number, you should holler at me, cause I'm a baller, can't nobody hustle harder than me. Ooh. Girl, I've been shaking, sticking, and moving.